Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our test account and we're going to be looking at the bountiful trios of the brand new heroes, Adrian and Elise. I want to see exactly how well they perform in here. Now overall, we know coming in here we started to get high level deficiencies. We had some issues with Lucius and the survivability that he had. I'm going to kick this up to probably 510. It is a good baseline of where we want to start just based on the heroes. Now I'm thinking I want to run through here. I want to run through the faction teams like we normally do. See exactly where they're going to come in. Now, of course, this hero does have a cheat death, which is kind of amazing. Also does a massive 3, or I believe it is 60%. I think it's 60% damage boost when fully built. Seems like this hero is going to be just an absolute monster. And of course, the crowd control aspect. Now, looking at the build, I'm thinking when you think Curse Realm, when you think of Nightmare Corridor, it seems like this hero is, of course, going to come in as a very fast primary damage healer or hero. Overall, right there, 26 million. I know really can't compete with the Awakened version of Belinda, but still doing pretty good damage right there. And I'm thinking even with possibly thinking like a Brutus Invade team or something like that. But first of all, I want to see what it looks like with survivability. That's another part. So survivability. Now, of course, pushing all of these heroes to the back, I'm almost wondering if an invade team is going to be viable. If with these two heroes, if the invade team is going to be viable. 66, 38. So again, not a lot of movement right there, but it does take a while for the heroes to build up what they're doing. So again, I feel like it might not be the best showing of the hero, but I want to try it in a couple different ways. I love testing out the new heroes, and look at the knockback, guys. Literally pushing everybody right there to the back. I feel like the combination of him with Aethys is going to be a pretty solid build. Right there, 192. But let's see what our Greyborns do. And again, we have Shamira in here. Seems like overall the hero moves a little slow. Like even there, we're staying in the back row right back here. And even there, died pretty fast in this one. And then, of course, this is the health. This is the burning life we see right in the bottom. And there's the knockback. So pretty big knockback. We have Lady Simona in here. And overall, still alive. Let's see. So 251, 140. Yeah, that makes me a little bit worried. Almost that we're going to see this hero as a big buffer. Not really as a viable hero in a bunch of different comps. And again, running in here, we have Eugene in here. We have Lucilla in here. Want to see kind of how it works. And I wonder also, survivability-wise, that was the other thing that we kind of wanted to look at. And even there, it looks like fighting Aethys, that he is just, or both of the dancers are just being kind of crowd controlled right there in the front. But looking here, yeah, literally just crowd controlled the whole entire time. But let's change it up a little bit. Let's go a little bit higher. And again, as a warrior class, it's kind of hard to read. So I want to drop them out. Let's drop the warrior class in the back. Now, there are a couple warrior classes that it is near impossible to run frontline. So we're going to have to see exactly kind of what that looks like. We got some buffers in here. But I want to see how we're looking for survivability-wise on the front line. Tried to crowd control right there with Falks. Because I'm also wondering in this, like, right there, just removed all the shields, which, of course, Falks is notorious for. But I'm just kind of wondering, damage-wise, where this hero is kind of 41, 51C. Damage-wise, I know the Awakened version of Lucius, overall doing pretty well. Let's throw in an Evade in here. So let's take out some of our higher damage dealers. Let's try Vika in here. And I'm kind of thinking, again, kind of that Invade team. Let's see, who do we got for damage? Let's take, you know what? Let's take Vika out. We'll go Salakai. We'll go for a little bit of a defensive. And again, we have Nadia in here. And I might be playing the warrior all wrong, but there's the knockback, which I do like the knockback. Again, thinking of Kren and his bombs, this could possibly make a little bit of a difference in there. And there again is the knockback. So even locking them back into the back, I'm wondering Queen, I'm wondering Kelthar, I'm wondering a couple different heroes in here. 168, so we got him to do a little bit of damage. So overall, the dancers did a little bit of damage in there, 109, 116. But again, not super impressive with the build. Now here, of course, let's put in some more. We got some crowd control right here. And I'm thinking, let's see what we do damage-wise in here. Now, of course, we just have crowd control. We have tank, we have tank, we have 2 supports. I'm just wondering exactly where the scaling is going to be. I know not having the collections on here. I mean, there are a lot of different things that you can kind of take in account here. But I'm also almost thinking like the normal attack because of Aethys in here with Adrian. 325, 141. So it might be used in some pretty niche formations overall. But I don't know. We're going to have to see. So let's drop out Chimera out of here. All right, guys, let's see exactly how well he does with the Greyborns. Now, we did drop Chimera out of here. Let's see exactly what this looks like if we can get this done. So right there, even, I mean, almost died instantly. There's the knockback. And of course, he's the only one that's left right there. They wait, they get some of the health back, then they revive. So unfortunately got kind of destroyed right there. 125, but they were the last ones that were up. Let's drop Baden in here. See what that SP effect is going to do. And of course, with Orin coming right over now, went on Baden on that one, took out Silas pretty quick. But even right there, there's downtime. So if you look right here in Adrian, they're just literally kind of on cooldown. We're not seeing them do anything. We're not seeing them move. But there is another knockback. And again, they kind of sit during that health recovery. And then eventually they just die. So almost, I'm wondering, like, tank-wise, putting them possibly, like, front line. And, of course, Ivan can just literally train with the shields and everything else. I'm wondering front line. Just because, again, of the hero dying out so fast. So far, again, I think boss fights, we're going to see it with the buffer. We're going to see it with the attack damage over there. But right there, not super impressed so far. I was hoping a little bit more, especially out of the warriors. Now, of course, we got the shielding in there. But as you can see, once they do take that fatal damage right there, they take a knee. They're getting some energy built up. Boom. And then they go ahead and they heal. And then they die again right there kind of instantly. So survivability might be an issue in here. But again, when you start looking at higher level deficiencies, it's almost a different game, even there at 341, 88. I know a lot of players love Lady Simona overall. But again, I'm kind of cautious with what we're seeing here. Let's go ahead. Let's see who we can use out of here. Let's get a couple more. I'm thinking a couple of our defensive heroes. And again, I know both of these pretty defensive, but let's go with Matria in here, maybe some Lavatune. I want to try to buff them up a little bit and see what we can get. And again, crowd control right off the bat. Just stays there till they die. Yeah, I mean, literally 0 damage. So crowd control literally knocks the hero out in their entirety, both of them. Wow. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd see a little bit more damage out of here, but literally they're just getting locked down in their entirety. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with Alna. Let's drop Alna in here. Let's go ahead and drop some of these dims in here. So we got some crowd control. I'm just wondering, again, I can see boss comps where it would work just because of the buffs that they bring, but it doesn't seem super viable. Again, level deficiencies. We might have to try to figure out if or where this is going to work. Because even there, they just take a knee. Yeah, 38 million. Not super impressed. I'll be honest, not super impressed in there with how the heroes are performing. Seems like frontline is not going to work, especially with that crowd control ability. But I also think a lot of the PvP side of it, that might make a big difference too, because of the crowd control. Now, if we can keep them from getting crowd controlled, but when they die, it's not like Lucia where she just bounces back. Here they take a knee and they just wait. So literally there's a lot of downtime with the heroes overall, which is not very impressive either. Even there, I mean, 46 million. Yeah, because even looking here, it doesn't seem like, I know this is a lot of crowd control. The damage doesn't seem like there's a lot of damage. I'm almost wondering maybe bringing them together, maybe running an Iran team with Skarath and seeing if we can bring them together, possibly doing like an invade team it doesn't seem like they're super effective, which would kind of stink. I mean, honestly, that would just kind of stink. So let's hop it in here. Let's drop Iran in here. Let's drop Skarath in here. And I'm just wondering, bringing everyone together with the ability to kind of throw them off a little. Where's our boy Skarath? There he is. Because they kind of wander, is what I'm kind of seeing. Yeah, so there's the knockback. And again, knockback to a stun. There we go. They're just taking a knee. There we go. There's another pushback. Yeah, it doesn't seem like their damage scale is very high. Let's see, because this was one they were up almost the whole fight. 232, again, taking quite a bit of damage in there. 285, 208. So again, it's gonna be pretty touchy with these. And I feel like with the way that they work, we're gonna have to bring some of these teams together, or get some of these teams together, get some of these heroes together. And I'm almost wondering with Kren. I do like the combination of Kren for that pushback, because of course the pushback, boom, all of the those landmines pop up in the back. We get some pushback right there. And then of course Kren is going to keep them back there. All right, still doing okay, still alive at least. And there's Kren, of course, providing a lot of crowd control. But even there with Naruko and Adrian, it seems like being on that side, 107, even 93 here from a tank as a warrior, 320, that they should be doing a lot more damage than what we're seeing. Again, I want to kind of check out their abilities, because this one is just shielding. So value of shield, okay, so we have some defense. But again, when you're thinking of Cursed Realm, Nightmare Corridor, this isn't going to really make a huge difference with the shielding aspect in here. This, of course, a little bit of a bleed over time, which means we could see a little bit of benefit from this, just because of the fact that it's going to be a damage over time. But again, it's going to be a damage over time. So you have to make sure that you're stacking this. Now, this is the big one. The Adrian's and Elise haste is increased by 15%, movement speed by 15% for 6 seconds, stacking 3 times. That's a big, big boost. It seems like on paper it's going to work incredibly well. And then, of course, this one is the cheat death. They avoid damage for the time, and the spirit contained in Elise's dancing marionette will heal Adrian and Elise for 5 seconds during this time. And that's it. So they take a knee, or they take a knee for 5 seconds, which they just sit there and just damage sponge. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's going to be kind of hard to see. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Overall, not super impressed with the new light barrier hero like I thought I would. I know a little bit of crowd control. But again, a lot of different game modes. Crowd control really doesn't make a big difference. But overall, we're going to have to see exactly how they're going to be run, how they're going to be used. But super happy that it is just one hero and not two. That'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.